Come in, come on in, come on in. I have a special guest here today. Trying to wait for some people to come on and join. Hello. Hello. Welcome, welcome. We have a special guest here today. Give it a couple more seconds. Come on, people. Come on. Give it a couple of more seconds. Waiting for some people to come in and join. Happy Sunday, everybody. Where my behind the scene followers at? Y'all want to come on and join right now? Right. Come on, behind the scenes followers.
All right.
I have a special guest today. Come on, y'all. Show me some love. Show us some love. Come on now.
I love when I see this. You get a little
we have a special guest today. Y'all want to come on and join?
Yes, indeed.
Special guest.
And they have a huge sheet.
They Sunday. I know some of y'all in the house. Oh boy. A couple more seconds, then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. A couple more seconds. One more minute here. Come on, y'all. Come on and join. I know y'all behind the scene watching.
We get to talking about these topics today.
Oh boy.
What an asset is. What's a liability? Do you have a liability in your life? Do you have an asset in your life?
A special guest.
What's the
Darius T.
rule?
Jones is here. I'm about to let him speak in a few minutes. Okay, well, let y'all talk to Darius T. Jones. How to Accomplish Anything in the World book.
Hi, everybody. My name is Darius T. Jones. I'm the author of How to Accomplish Anything in the World. And today, you are in for a special treat. What we're going to talk about is, what is an asset? What is a liability? In your life, as you live your life, you come across different people from different backgrounds. And you got to ask yourself, what does this person has to offer, or what can this person do for me? What can I do for this person? So an asset is something that uplifts the value of your life and brings quality to the value to your life. So a liability takes away the quality of your life. So yes, how you doing? Yes, everything's okay. Everything's all right. But yes, thank you for everybody. Thank you for joining in. So an asset can come in the form of people, places, and things. A liability can come also in the opposite form of those people, places, and things. So an asset brings money and put money in your pocket. Liabilities cost you money. So you have things or places you can actually go to, like a doctor's office, a lawyer's office, a gym, a vacation. You learning how to read, using self-help books or whatnot. You also, liabilities come in the opposite. You might have someone on drugs. You might have someone who costs you money. Every time you go around them, they drain your energy. They're negative. It's just a plenty. You can tell the asset, because by the time you leave an asset, you have been uplifted. The asset pretty much add value to your life in many different ways. Also, we have here the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So with that being said, when you properly prepare for a situation or event, you will be better. You can actually execute and have things done more efficiently, more properly. We have different types of income. So you have earned income, passive income, and portfolio income. The average person, works, 9 to 5. They get earned income. So the government taxes us the most on earned income. pretty much, you know, you working around the clock. But the thing is, you know, you pretty much working for money, becoming a slave for money. You know, you chasing all day, but it's not bad. You know, everything you do is a blessing. You know, any way you get money, but when you know better, you do better. So what we have on the second, pretty much the second category is passive income. You know, money passing through your mailbox. You know, whether you get up and go to work or not, and pretty much, you know, you don't have to do anything, and your money makes money while you sleep. So that's how wealth is pretty much started and generated. And also, you can have a rental business, or you know, you could be a landlord, or you can have an ATM business. You might have to do a little e-commerce or import export, but that's that for the second part. But we're gonna go in more depth, and you know, to later videos. But the last but not least, we have the portfolio income streams, and the portfolio income streams is pretty much, you know, paper assets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds of that nature. But the government actually taxes us the least on these assets categories. So, you know, you don't. This is pretty much like you know, investors and private investors of that nature. So, you know, that's that. But we're gonna go more into depth to everything. So we're just touching bases right now. So knowing a person's mind state. Why would I need to know a person's mind state? For a few reasons. You know, when I speak to a person, you know, I actually care, you know, about people. But when I speak to a person, how are you doing today? Well, it might not be the fact that, you know, if they say, oh, well, I'm doing fine, then you know they probably fine or whatever. But if someone say, get away from me, well, you pretty much know that you check their temperature. So it's like, it's the temperature of a house. You know, you can determine their mind state somewhat by the things they say. You know, words are vocabularies, and, you know, vocabulary is words, and words are thoughts. So thoughts are first, you know, manifest and resides in the mind, and you pretty much, the things you think and things you say pretty much sometimes can determine a person's past, present, and future to where they're headed to. So knowing a person's mind state is pretty dope. So that's very important. Networking. Wow, this is one of my favorite right here, because networking. When I come across an individual, I pretty much want to know, what is this individual's identity capital, personal identity capital. So it's pretty much like, what does this person has to offer? Well, or what can I offer this person? So asking the person, hey, how you doing? My name is Darius T. Jones. What is your occupation? What is your occupation? Then that's very funny. So occupation is something that a person does, but it's so much other things. So all right, what does he does? But what this person has to offer. So in the form of networking, you can actually ask a person what they done, what they know. So when you're asking and talking to a person you just met, you pretty much trying to figure out, all right, you know, you've been a business orientated person, or what you ought to do, you know, during your leisure time. Okay, what can I offer this person? What can I have this person help me out in my business? Or what can I help? How can I have this person help build my empire? Or how can this person help me build my empire? How can we trade assets and help each other? So networking is very, very important. You have strong ties and you have weak ties under networking. Your strong ties is people that you know, your family, friends, and things of that nature. Sometimes when you talk to them, you say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they're like, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, whatever. You know, yeah, But the strong ties are cool. But the weak ties are really your strong ties, because once you actually, a weak tie is this. You have a neighbor where you leave out for work every day. He comes in, but y'all barely talk. So it's pretty much like you know him, but you don't know him. So one day you stop the neighbor and you say, hey, excuse me, what do you do for a living? Going back to occupational. And he said, oh, well, I do this, I do that. So you're like, wow, I didn't know that. He's like, well, you know what? I actually need a job. Can you help me? Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I'm connecting this and that, that, and the third, and I know people that can help you do this, and I'm doing this. I'm the construction manager for this, or I'm the owner for this. So weak ties, the weak tie people can actually get you in a better position than people you've been knowing for your whole life. So pretty much the weak ties sometimes you can build bridges, and they can have bridges with networks to other networks, where once you tap into those networks, it'll be a huge plethora of other resources that you can actually use and manifest the things that you need into existence for you to help get done for yourself and your family. And also building generational wealth. Because, like as they say, a fool and his money will soon part ways. But I know a lot of you've seen people that win the lottery overnight and, think, oh, this guy's going to be rich, or you might do a scratch off and whatnot. And but he has $1 million a day. And or he might have $10 million a day, but next week, next month, next year, he's broke. Wow. How did he go broke? He had $10 million. But the thing is, money didn't make him rich or wealthy, or could have made him rich or could have made him wealthy. Money is nothing but a tool. See, the thing is, if you don't use the tool, which is the money, and invest it properly, nothing's going to happen, because the fool and money will soon part ways. Soon as a person or whatever comes to a lot of money, they go buy cars. Or with a broke person mindset, they go buy designer stuff, name brand and whatnot. And that's saying that it's bad, because whatever you like, whatever floats your boat is cool. But the thing is, you want to buy assets first. You want to invest your money. You want to flip your money a few times. You want to buy things that's going to make you more money. So, you buy these things after you're financially secured. Financially secured. How can I get financially secured? By financial literacy. Financial literacy, you pretty much, you learn things and you learn more things, but while you broke and don't have the money, you actually should be doing your research and find out, what can I invest my money in? What can I learn? To better generate more wealth and more income. So it's pretty much like a fool and his money will soon part ways. But the thing is, you have to build your network and around people of like-minded individuals who want something out of life. You want to get to the next level. Most times in life, different people will be required at each stage as you elevate. So the same person that's good for this maybe won't be good for this. So you have to know how to pretty much prioritize and understand who's who. Who's who. Wow, that's another important topic, because you have the difference between an entrepreneur, you have a manager, and you have a technician. The entrepreneur is pretty much the person with the mind state of, business orientated. They pretty much know how to, they pretty much have the vision of the finished, all the way, the whole finished project with the end in mind, step by step, everything well planned out. But also, they know how to get the right manager to manage the right people and put the right people in the right places, with pretty much, learning how to delegate authority. Then you have the technical people at the bottom who actually doing the hands, the hands and footwork, and at the bottom, some people might think these as little guys, but not necessarily. So it's different positions, different people placing things, and you also have learning from a successful person. What is a successful person? It's different levels and different means of success. You have mentors in different fields, different backgrounds. You have to actually know your type. Am I an entrepreneur? Am I a manager? Am I a technician? Or can I do all three? Or can I do both? Or whatever. But you have that, and going on to the next chapter or whatever, because these are actually chapters that I'm pretty much trying to give you a crash course right now. But on my actual YouTube channel, I will go more into depth into everything. I'm gonna have a channel and about each. I'm gonna have videos about each chapter and whatnot. So I'm gonna give you more to go more into depth about everything, and pretty much two of a kind. What is two of a kind? When you have a person that walks in a store, you have two people. You actually have one person, but it's actually two different mindsets. I meant to say. Well, you have the person, when they see an item, they say, "I can't afford that." So this is the mindset of a person who may not really be motivated. So when they see it, something they want, I can't afford that, they automatically just shut their own selves down. Your mind is your greatest asset. So the things you tell yourself, "I am," is the strongest phrase that you will probably ever understand or realize in your life. Because if you say you are broke, you will be broke. You say "I am rich," you will be rich. You don't have to necessarily have the money right there and then, but if you actually start practicing and start subconsciously and reprogramming and re-indoctrinating the way you think, from the way you may have been brought up, and you're learning different things, and you're breaking out the patterns of old things and ways of stinking thinking, then you can actually, become the second person that walked into the store, which actually is still the same person with a second mindset. How can I afford that? How can I afford that? See, it's the same person with same person mind. It's the two different mindsets, because the first person said, "Oh, I can't afford that," so they won't even try. They won't even attempt to do anything because they're not self-motivated. You have the second person; they are they are self-motivated, but they're curious. You want to always be curious, because now since they say, how can I afford that? Now the wheels are starting, they cranked up. They're starting spinning their head, where they're actually thinking of ways and people who I can contact, who I can network with, who I can find out, what's this person's liability? What's this person's asset? Can this person help put money in my pocket? Does this person take money in my pocket? So you start thinking of multiple different genius ways to come up money with ways to generate money for that item you want, for that goal you want, for that vacation you want. So knowing your type is two of a kind, and knowing your type is pretty much like you actually have to be the second person. You have to be the curious person. Also, being curious, you actually have to understand the difference between cross-referencing items and knowledge and just understand things. So you might not know something directly, but the thing is, you saw it before. So now you can, when you see it again, you can actually cross-reference, like, now this is the standard. I know how this is supposed to be. Anything outside the normal is called abnormal. So we'll go more into that later. So once you understand that you know who you need to contact, you know what you need to do to learn a certain subject, a certain certification. So now you actually learn, when you manifest it into reality. Now you actually have the money to buy that item, to go on that vacation, to buy that car, to buy that house, to invest into yourself. Because this is what life is. Making small increments to your future self. What happened yesterday is in the past. If someone died, I'm sorry, but if someone passed away, your loved ones, or if something didn't go right yesterday, someone broke up with you, or all right, that's life. And right now, we all are living it. So with that being said, it's pretty much like you learn from your mistakes from past. Yesterday's doors are welded shut to the past. You cannot no longer access those doors. What you can do is do so good right now in the present, where you don't even anticipate the future, because too much anticipation will probably send you into depression also, as you dwelling on the past. So you actually want to do so good right now in the present. Your future is already paved out and you already made your own way. So by you learning, doing this, and acquiring things you want when you want them, by way of determination and sheer willpower and knowledge, because knowledge is nothing without application. So you actually have to apply the knowledge, and through the lessons and mistakes that you learn, you actually begin to gain experience. With this experience, you understand, you start to realize how to provide for yourself and others around you. But you know what? I want to be the person who take care of my family. I want to take care of everything. But how can I provide for others around me? But I don't have anything for myself. Rule number one is the number one law of man or mankind, to be politically correct. You can't take care of nothing or no one else until you first take care of yourself first. So we're gonna go into everything, you all. So we're gonna break everything down. So what we have now is self-education versus certification. You have a person who's self-educated. They have the knowledge, but they don't have the credentials to prove that they have the knowledge. You have, on the other hand, you have a person that's certified. They actually have a certification, but they can't do what they need done for themselves and actually get nothing done. But the self-educated understands that, you know what, this person is a weak tie of mine. Piggying back on what I mentioned earlier, this person is a weak tie of mine. How can I get this person to do what I need them to do? Use their expertise by way of using and applying something called the mastermind principle. Napoleon Hill from thinking to go rich, he actually came up with this concept called using the mastermind principle. So now you using people that you barely know, but by way of networking, you are actually, keeping a curious mind and using them to apply things that you need, and you're self-educating yourself and using their expertise, time, money, resources, capital maybe even, or expertise to get what you need done for yourself accomplished. So we're gonna go to all that. So once you go on my YouTube channel, I will actually show you everything. So you actually have knowing the value of one's life. This is actually the next chapter. So knowing the value of one's life. This is very important because you may have someone who might treat you bad. You might have someone who treats you good, but you actually have to value your life. You actually have to understand your life. You actually have to care about your life. So pretty much, let me explain. Let me give you an example. A kid, they want a toy. They see the toy on TV. Oh, hey, oh, mommy, I want that toy. I want that toy. So it's not in their possession yet. It's not available. The toy's not available. So the person is like, the kid's like, mommy, I want that toy. So the mother or the father finally buys the toy for the kid. So the kid actually has the toy in his possession. So as soon as the kid, play with the toy, for a little while, what do you think is gonna happen a week later? The kid has the toy readily available all day. And after the kid gets tired of playing the toy, the toy is in the corner. The toy is kicked to the curb. Think about relationships. The more you come around, the value you start to decrease. So when you start showing up less and less, the value you goes up. You might have someone that's around the neighborhood all day, when somebody, they see them all day, there's nothing. They start to not appreciate them because they see them so much. They think that, they're available whenever. So they don't appreciate it. People want what they can't have. So it's like, you know what? I can't have this. So it's like, I'm gonna respect it. I can't have this, but you know what? If I stop coming around, then you'll start understanding. You know what I mean? So when I come around, you'll start appreciating me more. So never allow anyone to treat you, wrong. You're not less than them. You're not, even if you don't have more money than them, you're not less than them. You're not under them. You're not inferior to them. So you have to know the value of your life. So knowing the value of one's life is very, very important. But first you have to know what you can do, what you're capable of. Next, we have politics. Not politicians, we have politics. How one event can affect another event. Let's say, for instance, we have a guy. He's late for. All right, we have a guy. He's driving up to a parking lot, and it's another guy that's waiting for a parking space. So he flipped the guy off, and hey, this, that, and third, and he steals the guy who's been waiting right there. He steals his parking spot and just drive right in. Don't have a care in the world. He rushes past him and goes into a building. There's an old lady in the walkway. He knocks her over. When he knocks her over, he don't apologize or anything. So he gets upstairs. He takes the elevator to like the third floor. He goes upstairs, right? He checks in. How you doing? My name is such and such. I'm here for a job interview. Okay. All right. 5 minutes, sir. Just wait. So this guy just wanted to make it to the job interview. He didn't have a care in the world. So after he waited, they called his name, and the voice of the person who called his name sounded familiar because he said, "Where did I know this voice from?" When he looks up, when he finally looks up, the guy that took him 5 minutes, it took 5 minutes because the guy that he just flipped off in the parking lot was the supervisor that was there to see for the job interview that he was there for, the appointment he was actually running late for. The guy that he flipped off in the parking lot was the person that he was needed to go to for the job interview. So he didn't even know that by just doing right by this guy and letting the guy get the parking space, that he didn't know that one part of another event affected another event later on down the line. And also the old lady that he knocked over in going through the building was the big bosses, the interviewer. It was his mother coming to bring him his lunch for the day. Her son, his lunch. But to make a long story short, He didn't get a job because he knocked the old lady over in the hallway, and he actually he actually flipped the guy off and stole the guy's parking spot. The guy who's supposed to give him his interview. So pretty much he didn't get a job, and that's politics. One event affects another one, and by way of manipulation and through one event and another event, you might know it or you might not know it, but some things just happen how they happen. So what we have here is a product in your environment. What is a product of the environment? You have, let me see. The neighborhood that you grow up in many times define, or not necessarily define, but it can have an adverse effects on one's mental. Because if you grew up, that means you're a child, and you was indoctrinated, about certain set of beliefs, or what you saw. So a lot of people do things and say things about what they seen or what they heard. So they know and learn and do as they saw by way of copying, which is not wrong. But when you hang around success, you get success. When you hang around liabilities, you get people's liabilities, and you get that way of thinking, stinking thinking. So you want to hang around people that's going somewhere in life. So you want to be a product of a good environment. You want a good background. You want to be well accomplished, and you want to live your life and what does it mean to be well? Well, are you talking about wealthy? Are you talking about money? Are you talking about mentally, spiritually? There's different degrees to wellness. You have spiritual wealth. You have emotional wealth. You have spiritual wellness. You have emotional wellness, occupational wellness, multicultural wellness, physical wellness. There's different degrees of wellness. So one degree of wellness can affect the other one. If you get fired from your job, which is financial wealth, or some might say, occupational, and emotional, your emotional wellness, you go home, or you broke up with your girl, you go to work, and because your girlfriend broke up with you the day before, you actually cussed your balls out and got fired. So emotional wellness affected you on another plane, on another platform, and now that you got into your girl, emotional wellness, you went to work and you cussed your supervisor out. Now financial wellness, now you're actually fired. So now environmental wellness, you're gonna lose your house. Now your spirit is down. Your spirit is down. You stop eating. So now your physical wellness is actually is just going down too. So we're gonna touch bases on everything, but yeah. Anyone have any questions? Because I can answer any questions that you may have to the best of my ability before we wrap up, because we're about to end it here in a few minutes. And thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And thanks everybody for watching. And don't forget to comment below and hit the notifications.
Okay. Also, the name of his. It's frozen again. Hold on. What happened? Hello. I'm sorry. Also, don't forget to he have the YouTube channel, or How to Accomplish Anything in the World. What happened? I can't see it. What's going on with this part? You can't see it. I'm sorry. Here's the name of the book again as well. And also the name of his YouTube channel is The Mastermind, one word, and then Network by itself. The Mastermind Network. And thanks again.
Thanks.
Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, and share. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.